Hi everyone, thank you for coming to our buyer's seminar here at Keller Williams Elite Realty with the Treasure My Home team. Today we're going to be taking you through the buying process from the beginning to the end. We've invited some professionals from various fields in the industry to talk to you about their aspect of the buying process. The first person that we're going to be introducing today is Brad King of VanDyk Mortgage. And he's here to talk to you about how you go about choosing the right loan, getting pre-qualified for financing so that you can go out and buy that new home with confidence. So I'll give it over to Brad right now.
Well, thank you guys very much. Very happy to be here. My name is Brad King with VanDyk Mortgage. VanDyk Mortgage is a direct mortgage lender, which means that it is our own money and it's our own underwriters that actually approve the loans. The good news for you is that we have over 13 different investors that we actually can lock in with their wholesale interest rates so that we guarantee you that we're going to get you the best rate available. The most important thing in getting approved is you want to know your numbers, okay? You want to know what you can afford before you go out looking. I had a customer today call me that they were interested in a $250,000 house, who's an FHA buyer, and when I just estimated off the top of my head that his monthly payment would be approximately $2,000, that was too much for him to afford. So we automatically know that there's a couple of different numbers that you want to know. There's a number that you actually qualify for, but more importantly, there's a number that you're comfortable with. And so we want to make sure that we get the customers into a number that they're comfortable with, because moving forward after buying the home and getting it set up the way that they want it to be with the painting and the carpet and make it their own, we want to maintain the excitement about the home and having a payment that they can afford every month. So you really want to know the numbers. You want to know what the down payment is. You want to know what closing costs are. Oftentimes people come in and they don't even think about closing costs. So and I can run the closing cost figures for everybody individually whenever, if they contact me, and we can run through the numbers. As far as interest rates are concerned, right now the interest rates are at historically low levels. Historically speaking, a lot of people have gotten their first homes at 16% from what I hear from people. Nowadays they're in the 4% range. So the high threes to the 4%. So historically speaking, the interest rates are tremendous. There's a good amount of inventory right now that people can go out and buy homes that match whichever level of pricing that they are comfortable with. So you want to know your numbers. Also, people will sometimes find these mortgage calculators on the internet. Mortgage calculators sometimes will only give you the principal and interest payment on the loan. Don't forget that there's also taxes that they need to factor in, and then also an insurance, and then sometimes mortgage insurance, which is in case you don't put 20% down on the loan. So there's a couple of different additional factors that are factored into the monthly payment that you need to know. Also, in gated communities or condos, you need to know the HOA fee as well and what comes with that HOA fee. Also, in the beginning stages, you're going to want to know what documents that there are that you need to collect. I've got a checklist of documents in the packet that's passed out that essentially goes over the generic checklist of documents. It's going to be 2 years tax returns, 2 years W-2s or 1099s, 30 days of pay stubs, and 2 months, all pages of the bank statements. That's a generic checklist of stuff that you need to qualify for. And that checklist of documents will be needed no matter what lender you use. Obviously, we'd like for you to use us at VanDyk Mortgage because we believe that we're the best in the industry. But if by some chance you use somebody else, they're going to need the same documents anyway, so you might as well just gather them up together. We will also, when we do a pre-approval for you, we will pull your credit scores. We pull from all three bureaus, and then we'll use the middle score. Oftentimes people come to me and say, hey, I know what my credit score is. It's 700. Well, that's because they're using the freecreditreport.coms or the Credit Karmas. They actually use a different algorithm than what the mortgage industry uses. So typically speaking, when I pull their credit, their numbers are actually going to be a little less than what they've been seeing on their Credit Karma. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Credit scores are important. As far as conventional financing is concerned, your interest rate is going to be directly correlated with your credit score. The higher your credit score, the lower your interest rate is going to be. FHA doesn't take that into account as much. We just need you to have, be over a 600 credit score when we pull their credit scores. So most or all realtors are going to want to at least you have a pre-approval letter before you go out and show you properties. That at least lets the realtor know that you've talked to a loan professional, you've told them your income, you've told them the assets, and you've had your credit pulled. That's a pre-approval letter. Here at VanDyk Mortgage, the thing that separates us the most from other lenders is that we will actually take the documents that you give us and we'll actually underwrite your file before you actually find a home. So we call that our to be determined program. So the underwriter will underwrite the income, the assets, and everything else that comes. All that you need is to find a property. So then when you're submitting your loan to the listing agent, oftentimes in a market like we're in today, that's a very competitive situation. If you found a home that you love, most likely somebody else has also loved it as well. So to go in, these to be determined commitment letters are actually helping my FHA buyers, first-time home buyers, win bidding wars over cash buyers that are out there that are trying to buy the property off you for an investment property and rent it out. So that's a huge advantage for the finance buyers is the to be determined program. It takes about a week to 10 days to get that commitment letter. So this is something that you're going to want to plan for in advance, whereas a pre-approval letter, I can oftentimes do that in about 20 minutes. Okay, so again, my opinion, if you're here and if you're watching this video, everybody is a home buyer. Everybody is. Some people are ready to buy right now, but oftentimes people are not ready to buy right now, whether it be for their credit score, they don't have enough down payment money, or they're not making enough money. We will work with you to figure out a roadmap, whoever you are, and however long it takes, we will figure out a roadmap to get you to be the point where you can be a home buyer and start building the wealth through home ownership. So if you stick around afterwards, if you want to have any questions for pre-approvals or want to get pre-approved, we'll be around. So, thank you.